You know the name Darwin, right? The old guy with the big white beard, the survival of the fittest dude. But what if I told you the real story is way more dramatic than some dusty textbook? It's a tale of a young man, a 5-year voyage that almost broke him, and an idea so radical it would shake the world to its core. See, young Charles Darwin wasn't destined for greatness. Far from it. His dad thought he was a lazy good-for-nothing, more interested in collecting beetles and shooting birds than becoming a respectable doctor. He even told Charles, "You will be a disgrace to yourself and all your family." Ouch. So to get him out of the house, his family wrangled him a spot on a ship, the HMS Beagle, as an unpaid naturalist and companion to the captain. It was supposed to be a 2-year trip. It lasted 5. For 5 years, Darwin sailed around the globe. He wasn't just chilling on the deck. He was trekking through dense rainforests, climbing volcanic mountains, and surviving earthquakes. He saw things that just didn't add up with what he'd been taught. In South America, he unearthed fossils of giant extinct sloths that looked suspiciously like the smaller living sloths nearby. It was like seeing a ghost of the past, but the real aha moment? That happened in a remote volcanic archipelago, a place you've definitely heard of, the Galapagos Islands. Here, Darwin noticed something peculiar. The mockingbirds on one island were slightly different from the ones on another. And the finches? Some had thick, powerful beaks for cracking nuts, while others had delicate tweezer-like beaks for picking insects. Each bird seemed perfectly tailored for its specific island home. It was as if some invisible hand had sculpted them, but it wasn't an invisible hand. Darwin returned to England a changed man. For the next 20 years, haunted by those finches and fossils, he secretly pieced together his revolutionary theory. He was terrified. He knew his idea, that life wasn't fixed but evolved through a brutal, random process he called natural selection, would be seen as heresy. He was so scared of the backlash that he hid his work, only writing, "I think," above a crude sketch of a tree of life in his private notebook. What finally forced his hand? A letter from another naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, who had independently come up with the exact same idea. Darwin was crushed. He was about to be scooped. Spurred into action, he finally published his masterpiece, On the Origin of Species. The world exploded. People called him a heretic, a madman. Cartoons depicted him as an ape. But he had started a revolution that couldn't be stopped. The lazy boy who his father thought was a disgrace had single-handedly rewritten the story of life on Earth, giving us the single greatest idea anyone has ever had. And it all started because he was a curious kid who just really liked beetles.